GVO squatter, it's Leslie Gang. Hey, it's Leslie Gang. GVO squatter.
Good morning, good evening, or good night. This is your boy Nesby here with another Trans Men Speak. They are taking a chance and sharing their stories. So, GVO Squad, you already know to show them nothing but love and support. These men took the time to show me love and support, and I am so very grateful for them. Tonight, you are meeting. Okay, so I'm on the phone right now with, say your name for me, Carmelo?
Yeah.
Okay, Carmelo. What is your story? When did you come out?
Oh, I came out like years ago. I was about 16.
When you came out as a lesbian or as transgender?
Well, I came out as a lesbian at 16, and then as a transgender about. Well, I've always felt like it. I felt like coming out to people. I kind of just told them, like, I didn't really have to like come out because people already knew.
Okay. Are you taking tea?
Well, I start tomorrow, actually.
Really?
I was supposed to start, but I had to get my health together. They always say health is important.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, when you're doing that, it's like before you start, you have to, like, get fit a little bit. So it's like, got to work out and eat right, like change your diet and things like that.
Mm-hmm. You definitely right about that.
Yeah, and that takes about a process to get your mental and physical aligned. Then you can start your transition.
Right. So tell me, like, how do you deal with? Well, when you told your parents, how did they take it?
Well, they was pretty cool about it because they already know my personality is kind of like out there. I basically do whatever I want when I want. So
okay.
Yeah, my mom's. I actually told her first because that's my mother. Like at the end of the day, she gave me the name. She birthed me, so it's like. Nobody's opinion matters, but at the same time, you would want somebody that you know that you're really close to know
support you.
To do. Yeah.
Right.
So they say friends and all that. Like, I mean, friends. It's kind of like peer pressure because they're already doing it, but some of them break down like they don't know why they doing it, and it's like it's a little too late to go backwards. So sometimes you could talk to friends and they could give you like one perspective and be like, yeah, you know what? Like, don't listen to nobody do it. And then another perspective, they'd be like, oh, are you sure it's something that you want to do? So it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, they'll try to like pick your brain and make sure you're making the right decision for yourself. So that's why I said, like, always go to somebody that like is unbiased. Like, they don't see nothing wrong with you, but it's like, if you're gonna do this, like they making sure health-wise that you're okay, mental-wise that you're okay. It's not even about a conversation on like whether or not you want to do it because you already made up your mind. Period.
Right.
So,
period.
Yeah.
So which kind of tea are you taking? Are you taking that big ass long needle? Are you taking the Turnal, you gonna do the andro gel, you gonna do the patch, like?
I'm not. Yeah, I've decided not to do the patch. I was thinking about that, but I'll probably just do the needle. So what everybody should do is take classes on how to inject yourself properly.
Period.
Because I'm in like certain forums and certain groups and certain people, like, you know, they say that they got like bubbles going on or something is happening now during the transition, and now they're trying to figure out whether or not it's genetics or if it's something that the hormone just bring out of you. So yeah, that's what I said. It's a lot. It's a whole mental thing, and like I think that before anybody does it, like it's good to do a whole lot of research because some people don't know what they're talking about.
Period. And then we'll have you sticking yourself with ibuprofen, you hear me?
Yeah,
and all types of stuff.
Yeah, sticking yourself and don't even know how to stick yourself right. And then, yeah, so it's a lot going into it. But the more you know, the better you are.
That's definitely true. It all boils down to like research. How much research you are willing to do before you go adding this to your body or like putting your body through, strenuous things.
Yeah, pretty much.
So are you having top surgery?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, are you gonna have the bottom surgery?
Eventually I want to. It was a funny thing because I was talking to my cousin the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned it to her about getting it, and she was like, "No, don't do it, because then girls are gonna use you as a tool, like you lose your sensation and things like that." So I mean, it's something to think about, but at the same time, if you want to feel like complete, then some people get it, and some people don't. Like some people are comfortable with what they have.
Yeah.
They just wanted the other look portion to it.
Right. Well, a lot of the men that I've talked to so far are doing STP devices.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, because they want to have the pack and everything. Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't really make a difference. Like, if you get it, more power to you to get it. But,
right.
I mean, I just think of it like, I don't plan on having kids. I really don't want to have kids. So if it's something that occurs, later on down the line, I'll give myself about 2 years or so, then I'm going to go for it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it's nobody's life but yours. But
right.
If I want that taken away from me, then yeah, that's a decision that I have to live with, that I'm not going to ever have kids, and I'm okay with that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's just the main question that goes between getting down there done. Either you want to have kids or you don't want to have kids.
Period.
But if you do, then you can't, trick females into thinking that you're one way because of how you look. And then, when they with you is another thing, and then they want to have kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't do that.
True. That's the one thing that freaks me out, though. Like, my mom wants me to have kids, but it's such a stigmatism around pregnant men. Like, that is so fucking killer. Like, I don't know if I want to put myself through that scrutiny, because people gonna talk shit.
That I'm not showing no post belly or nah.
Right.
So if that was to happen, I'm going into hiding.
That's what I said. Like, I was like, if I do decide to have kids, I am going into hiding.
Right.
I'm talking about no social media whatsoever. Exactly. I'm going to be under a brick, under a rock, under a tree in the ocean. Do you?
Right.
Because there's no way you will ever see me or have pictures.
Point blank.
Nah, I can't go. I can't go because I feel like for real you want to do it, but it would cause such a dysphoric, like, it was just such a dysphoric moment, like.
Yeah. Then you'll be thinking, like, it's like battling with
yourself. Yeah,
bipolar, depression, it all comes out.
Period.
You're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, yo, I'm pregnant. Like, but you a whole guy. Like, so you like, yo, it's kind of confusing. Because how you look versus, like, what's growing inside of you now is like, it's like, oh, like that movie Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
True.
When he was pregnant, yeah. Yeah, that kind of vibe.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to suffer through that type of scrutiny, though.
Yeah, not with the the beard and everything. You just, nah.
I can't go.
Yeah.
I can't go.
More to it, I don't want to have no kids because, like I said, I know my personality. And I know damn well my kid would be off the wall. Like, and I would just be looking like, yeah, that's mine. Like, good.
That's what I low-key want, though. I want a junior, though. I want a little boy so I could be like, that's my son's son. You know what I mean? Like, my baby mama got 2 kids, but, like, them my kids, don't get it twisted. Them is my kids. But just to have my own blood running through their veins, like, yeah.
I get it. But that's why I said, it's a lot of research involved. If you want to conceive, then okay, there's other options, too, on conceiving. And there's other options, too. It just depends, like I said, it just depends on who you with. If you got that communication and, you want to take it further like that, then plan it out.
If it didn't cost so much, I would get my donor and my egg and put it together outside and let it, do its thing, and then push it in a surrogate or something like that, so it would still be my child. But
Yeah.
that shit costs bread.
Yeah, it's so many procedures. Like I was reading, somebody posted in the group, and they was talking about freezing the eggs before they do the
Oh yeah,
transplantation. And I was like, that's another thing too. But you gotta think about, like, all of this is affecting your body. So like, you gotta freeze your eggs, but you gotta take your eggs out. Like you just, like, it's just the mental thing. Like, to think like all of this has to take place in order for you to preserve life.
yeah.
Or just have kids, like whichever one. But
Period.
in my case, yeah, nah. I thought about it, but nah.
Nah. So do you deal with dysphoria or no?
No, because I mean, think about it. Dysphoria is just another form of you overthinking, and then your brain goes into a mental state to where some thoughts is uncontrollable. And if you don't do anything to maintain your peace, that means that any type of thing somebody say to you, or you may see a picture and it'll come back to hit you. Like, anything you just have to do to get your mental prepared for anything like that, it's just like having a conversation with an ignorant person. Like,
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, basically it's all a mind thing. So if you
And that's the crazy thing, is because I totally agree with you on it being a mind thing, because it's not nobody else saying to you, you know what I'm saying? It's not nobody else downgrading you besides you, because your opinion is what matters the most, especially when you're talking about yourself. Like, it's not nobody else. That it's me. I wake up this work because I hate looking in the mirror and seeing boobs. Like, I hate when I wake up, because look, I really ain't got no neck, right? Like, at all. So if I get in deep into my sleep, right, and I go to sleep without my binder on, which I don't, but I wake up with titties in my neck and I'm talking like this, that shit drives me bananas. Like, I'll be ready to chop them off myself, for real.
I don't blame you.
I'll be ready to let them go. Let go and let God.
Right. But that, I had to tell a lot of people that I know, trans men, studs, everybody, the idea to chop off your breast that's without the transition, period. Because we don't like them. It's like, I don't use them for nothing. They just sitting there.
Say that.
Like, and then when you get sexual, I don't like people.
Don't touch mine. Like, and it's crazy because I keep my binder on during sex. Like, I keep my binder and a t-shirt on. And be running around the house looking like Winnie the Pooh. You hear me? No pants on, just a shirt, half my belly hanging out. Like, I'll be running around. Yeah, period. And when it's so crazy because you tapped on something serious right there, because a lot of people, they top surgery, but the thing is, like, most studs don't want them anyway, and they'll find a way to get them off. Like, double mastectomies, they'll go to the doctor and be like, oh, my back hurts so bad, but you walking around with some A cups barely there type, but they making you just trying to be even more flatter. Like, man, listen, I've been saying I was gonna get my chest cut off for the last 10 years, and I finally just got the balls to do it. Like, so after my gastric bypass, I'm having my chest cut off this year, 2019.
Okay.
Like, we not going no more in life with these big ass boulder holders carrying around this extra weight. You hear me?
Right.
All extra weight must go. I'm trying to be him. I'm gonna be that boy. I'm gonna be that dude come 2020.
Who you telling?
Yeah.
I say that to myself every day. I wake up or I go outside. Like, that's why I said it's another thing I want to point out too. Because, like I said, I had very long talks with family just to see what they thought about it. Even though I didn't care, but it's just interesting to see what people feel about you turning into something else. Like, you won't look the same anymore.
Right.
So
That's one reason why I'm doing this though, is because it's a lot of different trans men out here and different
yeah,
parts of their journey, and they think that we're all the same person, and it's
right.
crazy because the stories may be similar, but how we deal with them individually
It's different.
is different, right?
And then you'll look different either.
Yeah,
That's why
nah.
every trans man want the scruffy looking beard. I didn't have that vision for myself. I thought, well, if I'm attractive now as a female, because I accept my body, it's just like self-love.
Right.
I accept the physical form that I'm in because I couldn't change it. But now I have the opportunity to change it. It's like your attraction level is going to skyrocket because
That's
people
my
don't
way
understand.
though.
Yo, people don't understand. It's like, to the outside world that's looking in, we've been living like this for so long, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So now that they making it accessible for people to change your gender, it seems like it's a fad going on. Like, everybody just doing it just to do it. And I'm just looking at the ages of people that doing it, and I'm like, yo, y'all really ain't even lived y'all life yet to know
Period.
what it's like.
Period.
To be sure.
Right, and I'll be like, take your time, because the people, they out here running it like it's a fucking race, and it's not a race. Like,
Yeah.
this is a never end. This, and I cannot stress it enough. This is a never ending process. We
Right.
all may be at different points in this journey, but it's a never ending process. Because
Right.
once you start taking tea, technically, they don't want you to stop. Like, because it
Right, you
can.
gotta take that forever.
You taking that forever, ever. Like, the real forever. Like, they don't want you to stop. And then if you do stop, there's certain side effects and stuff that happen. Like, I was talking to one dude, and he was telling me, like, he had to have surgery, and they had told him 2 months in advance that they wanted him to, like, clean his system out and
Right.
everything like that. So that meant for 2 months that he could not take tea.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, the thing that drove me crazy the most was that he went up a cup size when he was going, like, his chest got bigger. And I'm like, yo, what you mean they got bigger? He was like, I worked so hard for my shit to get flat, and I stopped taking that testosterone, and my chest got bigger. I like to. That's why people commit murder and suicide and stuff like that.
They do. But in all reality, too, I was looking at another thing about that, too. And I wouldn't want them to make my J's flat. That's number one. Because when you look at the average guy, their pecs are not really flat. They still have breasts, but just a smaller version of what we have. And I want them to be closely similar. So if that does happen, you wouldn't mind. You just build more muscle to it. So when you add
Make it
muscle,
right.
Exactly.
But that's what testosterone does too. It boxes you, like, far as your shoulders and your chest. It gives you muscle. So I understand what you're saying, because you don't want to be, like, completely. Like, me personally, I want to be completely flat. Like, I want to be flat, like, flat, like,
It looks
flat line, but
not me. I guess, like I said, you have to build your body first. That's why I said I had to accept the physical form of me being a woman. So I pushed it to the limits to see how far I could take my body.
yeah.
And once you realize how far you can take your body, like they said, when you transitioning, now you're becoming more that of a masculine image. So if you never push your body as a female, when you're becoming masculine, it's like expanding without you doing anything. So in order for you to cope with it, like I said, everything is a mental, everything is a health issue. So if you're not preparing yourself beforehand, and now it's like all of a sudden you into this life, and now it's like, this is your dream body, this is your dream life, but the steps you took before that to get to here, and like you said, when you had to stop taking the tea, like, you just broke down, like, oh my God, no. You have to still love yourself throughout everything, because even if you stop taking something, it's gonna be like, kind of, what's the word? anyway, it's like some chemistry, like, you know, dealing with cells and things like that. But you mutate back to a feminine form because basically all you're doing is taking an enhancement. That's basically bringing out you're more masculine than you're feminine.
And they tell you too, like they tell you better know your genetics because it's a lottery on what you gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get that mustache. You don't know if you're gonna get a beard.
Right.
You don't know what's gonna happen after you start taking this medicine.
Right.
Like it's crazy.
And certain things, like as far as genetics goes, like know your history.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, know like your family, like your mom's lineage of history, like the diagnosis that they had, the illnesses, everything.
Say
because that brings that out too. It's hormones, basically.
Period.
You're enhancing, but
you going through puberty all over again.
Yeah, basically. That's the part. No. Now it took me a while to get the face the way it was. So now it's like you getting like baby pimples and shit, but those is not like how as you was a female you would get an administration bump to know that your period is coming or something. That's obvious. This is beyond, like you're going back to like the Benjamin Button, like it's like your youth is going backwards to catch up with the rest of your body that already went.
Say that.
And that's why I said I'm just knowledgeable about it now because like I said, I look young but I'm not young.
Right.
Like,
so how old are you?
Oh, I just turned 31.
Congratulations. I just turned 33 in December.
Yeah, see, so that's what I'm saying.
When
like,
you get up there, you get smarter.
You
like,
right. And you are aware because you lived your life so much as this person. And now you're going to bring out the best of your person. So when I see people, like I said, younger people, 18, 20, like, I'm like, listen, y'all didn't even live nothing. Y'all didn't go through much of nothing. So now you're living, right, as the opposite sex. How you going to look at yourself every day? That's where the dysphoria and everything, I think those was created because of the new generation people doing it like it's a fad. Like everything you got to turn around and be like, oh, well, that looks cool, so let me do it. No.
You know what's crazy to me is they get halfway there and then they want to detransition. Yeah. Like I've seen so many people on even YouTube just talking about, I don't think I want my body back. Like, no, you did this to yourself without knowing. Like you didn't do no type of research. You didn't do nothing you were supposed to do. Now you hate your body even more than you hated it before. Like that's dumb. I wouldn't just be, that's dumb.
Right.
Like that's dumb. I wouldn't just be doing stuff to my body not knowing what the outcome, like truly when you transition you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but if you do enough of your research you'll know how your body will respond to the treatments. You just not going in completely blind like I feel like some of these people are doing. Like y'all going in completely blind and don't have the slightest idea
what they do.
Yeah, not the slightest idea what you're doing. Like, it's crazy. And to me, it seems like, and I hate to use this as an analogy, but it seems like one of them teenage girls, they see their friends having babies and, oh, I want to have a baby. But you don't realize that how hard it is not only to have a baby, but to raise a baby and to, you know what I'm saying, deal with extra because that's 18 years of bills that you just took on trying to be cool. You know what I mean? Like, fuck all that. I mean...
But that means, yeah, that's what the world we live in.
Yeah, it is.
And it just separates people from the talkers and the doers.
Period.
And basically people who actually live this. I know a lot of trans men that actually live this life. Like they're finally free. That's what I think of it as. And then I see a lot of other ones that they doing it because you trying to gain likes and shit. And then it's like all these people, because it comes, like I tell people, when I used to, before I was thinking about transition, even being a stud is a full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
People don't understand that. Because
at all. And you constantly explaining yourself. You constantly explaining yourself. Like
exactly. So I see a lot of femmes making jokes about it. I've even talked to femmes that, that dated trans men before and they was like, oh no, it's a headache. I don't want to deal with it no more because the bipolarness and everything else. And I'm like, by those statements, it messes it up for people that actually transition and love their lifestyle. Like they just, it's like a level up from where you were before to how you transition to just making you feel even more better.
Yeah.
People that do it, actually, they feel more worse. So that means that you should have never did it in the first place. But if you don't have evaluations with yourself, like, if you don't sit there, you don't pray, you don't meditate, nothing, like, you already fucking yourself up for the long run. Pretty much.
That's why I say you gotta be.
People don't believe in you.
Yeah, you gotta be in a clear mind. You gotta be in a clear headspace when you make decisions about your life. And if you not,
about
you
yourself.
about yourself, because you can fuck yourself up.
Yeah,
Like, and I'm a person who deals with bipolar depression, and every time I feel like. Every time I gotta pull myself out of it. What can I do to pull myself out of it? How can I prevent it?
Yeah.
Like, once you learn your twiggers, once you learn your triggers, the next thing is to prevent this from happening. How do I prevent this panic attack from happening? How do I prevent this, you know what I'm saying, down spiral from happening? Like, it's things that you can put in place, and it's things that you can do to prevent this for, like, that's one reason why. Like, I've been talking about getting my chest cut off for so long. I feel like now that I'm actually doing it, it's not even about, like, the dysphoria. Yeah, the dysphoria fucks with me, but these motherfuckers, I've been trying to get rid of these motherfuckers for a long time. Yeah, and it's crazy because you will talk to people, and they'll be like, you know what? I didn't know what being transgender was. Like, I didn't know what it was when I first came out. I just figured that I was this angry person on the inside. I didn't know why I was angry. I didn't know why I was sad. I didn't know why I was feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and then when you find out, oh, you might feel like you in the wrong body, or you see yourself in the wrong body, or, you know, mentally you not connected to the body that you're in. Like,
and people make you feel like shit.
Yeah. Yep. And it's so crazy because I had a crazy coming out story. Like, when I told my peoples I was gay, my mom was like, okay, put your ass back in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass back in the closet. I'm not trying to have these crazy kids. Like, I had girls calling her house 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Me too.
And then my grandmother was like, oh, you know, it's a phase, you'll grow out of it. And then you try to please your family by dating a dude and, you know, going the extra mile. Like, I'm trying for you, even though I don't want this don't touch me. Like, you physically make me sick ass nigga. Like, if you type like yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's crazy because, like, when I was younger, right? When I first tried to even come out and tell them, figure out like I was gay or anything like that. Fun fact, right? Fun fact for my family out there that's been watching me since the beginning. When I came out to my family, it was sometime around Thanksgiving, and we were up, you know, visiting family, you know what I mean? And they set me down at the table, and they just was like, we feel like you're not, like the women, the elders in the family, like, we feel like you're not feminine enough. We feel like, here's how we can help you. We're going to get your hair done. We're going to get your nails done. They bought me all types of, like, skinny jeans that made my pouch show. I had a muffin top, like, I look like Pillsbury Dough Girl. Like, I just was not feeling it. Like, I was not feeling it. And it was crazy because my grandma was like, well, you can't wear that stuff in my house until you buy it yourself. When you start buying, and my mom said the same thing, when you start buying your own clothes, then you can dress how you want to dress. But until then, baby, if I see a skirt, I bet you better put it on. I bet you better wear it. You know, I bet you better rock it.
Not trying to deal with my mother. I was like, no skirts, okay? I could do what was it, back in the day, bell bottom jeans or whatever?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I ain't wearing no damn skirt.
Let me tell you the funniest thing that ever happened to me, right? On 2 occasions, because I was in ROTC. Okay.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I was definitely in ROTC, and we had military ball and prom, right?
I know you was sick.
Listen, my grandmother, she had one of my dresses made, right?
Oh.
And she was so mad. I walked out of the house with that dress tucked into some jeans. And she was like, at least pull the dress out over the jeans. At least pull it out. Like,
Yo.
I used to be in all the parties, like, with shorts on under my dresses. Or for prom, that was the funniest shit I ever did in my life. For prom, I took my shoes off and I hid them in the bucket. I hit him in the bucket. I'm like, I'm cool. I stood there with no shoes on. Yeah. By myself because I refused to take a picture with somebody. And then my mom was like, you better take a picture with your date type. That's not my date. That's my friend. That's my friend. And we just left Kings Island, so I'm not taking a picture with him. Like,
Right.
I didn't want to. I'm cool. But I remember every dress I had on, I either had shorts on under it or fucking jeans. And then one of them damn pictures, you could see the jeans hanging out the bottom of the dress. Yeah, you can see the jeans hanging out the bottom of the dress. I just remember being so fucking uncomfortable and trying to smile through it, like. And it was actually, I can laugh. It's crazy because I can laugh about it now. But that first dress situation, after that shit happened, I tried to kill myself. Like, I was popping a bunch of fucking pills that I had took from my grandmother, my mother's room. Like, I took all the medicine I could, and I was so mad because they pumped my stomach. Like, they pumped. Or did I fall asleep? I fell asleep for a couple hours. Like, it was just a crazy situation because I felt the most uncomfortable in my life. Like,
and that's another thing I was like trying to like make a point to. The older you are transitioning, it's like we had a whole life that was that nobody accepted. Like, it's kind of weird how
it's like you lived your whole life for somebody else.
Right. Just to please parents. I mean, shit, where the fuck could we have been? We ain't live on our own yet. So it's like we had to stay in the house and shit and cooperate until whatever they say, or get out.
Or get out, right.
Right. And it's like nowadays, everybody is just, they not home. Parents don't be knowing what the fuck their kids are, what they doing and shit. And it's a different type of respect now.
Yeah. It's a whole different.
Right. We respected our elders. They didn't play that.
Cause you know what I said? I said we were the ones to push the envelope. We will push it. We'll step over that line just a little bit, just to test you and see what you're gonna do. And these young ones right now, they just blew that shit up.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't give no flying. I'm like, I gotta get on their level and not give a flying. I need to be on your level. I'm too old for that. Like,
I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I'll end up knocking one of them little motherfuckers out.
All the way, you hear me?
I don't got no time because I know why I'm doing this shit. It's about time.
Period.
We are able to do something.
Like if you'd have known, if you would have known that there was a such thing as transgender growing up. I just recently did a story time on when I first started, like, feeling like, okay, I'm in my own house. I'm about to try some new stuff. So I started doing drag king. And I started, like, taping my chest down and rocking my strap every day. If I'd have known that taping and strap and packing was a sign back then, I would have been like, yo, look at... I'm here. Like, if I'd have known back then what I was doing was signs of this, you know what I mean? Or signs of that. I could have done something back then.
Right. But
But
see, we was the shit still back then. We
yeah.
still are. It's like the older you get,
The better you get, you hear me? The older, the better.
You look like it's just everything.
Bow.
Yeah, for real, for real. For
Hey,
real.
you learn how to
Yeah,
smooth.
some of these trans men, I be looking at them like Rick Ross looking and like little dusty kinda. Like it's like come on.
Like my thing is, if you gonna represent us, at least represent us right. Like
Right, like
clean up,
Yeah, you know, like
clean up, please.
clean it up. Like you just look at
Yeah.
don't do it.
And it's crazy because the trans men that I know and kick it with, like they live back at home, but them is some of the cleanest brothers I know. And this one I know up here where all this nigga wears 3-piece suits. You going to the drive-thru at McDonald's with a 3-piece suit on, but he pimping though. Like that's fly. Socks be argyle and matching the tie. I just found out that thing up here is called a handkerchief.
Man.
Yeah, he is the classic man. Like
Not that thug shit.
yeah.
Some of the shit gets played out after a while.
At some point, you need to pull your pants up, cause
Yo, I started doing that shit. Like, listen, don't be showing your ass out here, cause that's another rule, though. That's something else.
I think that if people knew where that came from and the connotation
they
behind
wouldn't do
it, then they would not
They
do
wouldn't.
it. But if you knew
Yeah.
better, you would do better, and they don't know no better, cause they not trying to listen.
Right, but coming from some middle-aged people, yeah,
You should listen. Yeah.
Because before that only meant that you take dick in your ass.
Period.
You don't
Plain. And it was something that niggas, I don't want to say niggas, but that's basically what it is because that's the way I heard it. If you look at niggas and you look at sagging, NIGGAS, SAGGIN, it's the same thing backwards. And what that meant was men in jail would rock their pants below their waist to let other men know they was open for business.
Exactly.
I'm cool. I'm so cool. Ain't no business over here. Unless you trying to sell me something or I'm trying to buy something. Like,
first of all, if I ain't look, I ain't buying. So you ain't trying to sell me shit because I ain't buying.
Say that.
Because that goes for now, too. Like, it's so crazy. I remember, alright, G, tell me if you remember this. The only people that was transitioning then were trans women. Like,
Yeah.
We seen them.
Yeah.
We seen them
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But see,
Like
I was trying
it
to
would be male to female transition.
Right.
You never
That was
seen
the only
or
transition
heard.
that
That's
we
the same thing with drag queens though too.
Right.
If you pay attention, because you never heard of a drag king before, but you've always known a drag queens.
Drag queen.
Yep. They don't pay no attention to the L side of LGBT. They don't pay no attention to that side.
Yeah, remember, because it wasn't even, it was just queer. Like, everybody was queer.
Yeah.
It was gay. There was no asexual, pansexual. All, that shit did not exist.
They got so many sexuals nowadays. I'm confused. I said that earlier today, though. I said...
I tell you, what is a cisgender? Like, what is a cis female and shit like that? I don't know what the fuck that is. I just only thought it was, if you dealing with a female and she like dudes, all right, she bisexual. If she like females and she a lesbian, and that's all. There's no in between and no here and there.
And everywhere, and there is. Yes, there is. Like, I didn't know about cisgender either until my big brother said something like, oh, cisgender is a straight female. She was born a straight female. Like, I didn't know nothing about that. And I was like, wait,
So
what?
where did you get the cis? Is it cis 2 or is it 1? It's single?
It's CIS. Don't ask me. Look, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. All these damn labels confuse the fuck.
You just fucking straight. That's all.
Period. Like all these goddamn labels be killing
Right,
me.
but we know if you just like females, then you curious. Then you become bi-curious. That's what it is. I mean, shit, I don't know what the fuck that other shit is. That's confusing.
It's so many sexuals out here. I'm like, at this point, I'm asexual. Period.
At this point, I'm non-binary. Shit.
I don't even know what that is. It's like you need a dictionary.
I don't see nobody.
You need a dictionary to find out what type of sexual you are.
Tell me about it. About to start walking around with that Webster shit, like, cause obviously I'm lost. Even doing the transition, I'm still lost with the lingo, all kinds.
I asked that question earlier though. I said, wait. I said, because I'm transitioning, am I still considered a lesbian? Like, cause you know people you so quick to label somebody something.
Right.
Like, just leave me the fuck alone. My name is Nesby.
They said,
Like,
according to society, when you turn to a trans man and you date a trans woman, then you're straight. But if you're a trans man, yeah. If you're a trans man and you date a lesbian, then you basically would be considered gay. I was like, right? I was like, first of all,
wait, what?
Yeah, it confused the fuck out of me too. I didn't know. I was just like, oh, okay, so basically they trying to throw you into a category now when you transition. But
oh my gosh, why do we need to be labeled? Like that seems to me like more ways to segregate.
Pretty much.
Like they already don't treat us like we people. They think that just because you trans, you're not a person. Like, fuck you mean, bro? I've been a person my whole life.
Right.
Like, I don't know. My heartbeat. I'm still bleeding. Like still. Yeah, like it just blows me because we got this Cheeto in office trying to segregate us and treat us like we different. Like we not different, bro. We the same.
Well, that's because, like I told you, that's because people their transformation is a mockery.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I was saying, like, when I talk to people about how they feel about it, people act so ignorant, like they don't know. But then when you speak to them about it, they know so much. So it's like, there's many reasons on why a person could do it, but it doesn't mean that they don't love themselves.
Right.
It just means that they just realize and they had a higher conscience as to what was bothering them for all these years, and they want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I tell people, they be asking me, like, why are you transgender? Or why do you feel like you are transgender? I said, first of all, transgender is just doing the action of another gender that you are. Now you're going to showcase. But I've always felt that I was a guy. I never felt like I was a female. I just played society's role because
that's what you're taught.
Right. And in my case, and in other people's cases, yours too, the more attractive you are, they don't really see no gay or this and that. As I said, I had a lot of guy friends, and they don't even, say anything because I'm gay. They don't say anything because I like female. They know exactly what I like. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that they will still try to holler. Now, me, in my case, growing up, like I said, people ain't really been through no shit until you experience it for years. Growing up is hard to be a gay person, period. You got people disrespecting you.
Period.
Like, in the workforce. How many jobs can you get being gay?
Say that.
And then they introduce you coming into the interview, and they're like, oh, hey, no, wipe that fucking smile off your face because you thought I was somebody else.
Yep.
Until I showed up. So now, and the principle is, when you see me, am I still going to get that same job as if you didn't see me? No. It doesn't work out that way because, like I said, it's separated in this world between male and female. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No in between. So where do you think that studs in general and people like feminine people expressing themselves as masculine fit in ever? We never did.
At all.
So
we was always the outcast.
Right. And that's why I said the dysphoria what people are facing now, that's bullshit. Because we was already faced with a whole bunch of shit just walking outside in your own neighborhood. Gotta deal with a nigga like, yo, what up, pretty? Like, niggas, are you gay? Because clearly, you see what I see. We dress the same. Don't be no what up.
It's not that though. It's not that. I think that the dysphoria is real. I think that niggas just don't give a fuck though. Niggas in their head, they gonna see you as a female regardless. Because listen to this. Hold on, you know what's crazy?
Dysphoria when it's happening to you physically.
Yeah, that's what's crazy to me.
In the mirror.
That is definitely right. It's when it's happening to you. It's in that moment when you feel some type of way. Because, like, I've had dudes that I call my brothers. You hear me? Now, they ain't never hit on me or nothing like that. But this whole time, they'll be like, what's up, little bruh? What's up, little bruh? What's up, little bruh? But the moment I said I was transitioning, what's up, sis? Now you doing that shit on purpose. Like, now I want to smack the shit out of you because you're doing it on purpose. Like, you don't know what that fucking does to me. If you've been doing this whole time, don't change that energy now. Like, don't switch up on me now when I'm telling you I'm actually doing this. When you thought it was just cool for me to be a lesbian, it was cool. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh, you weren't saying that hey sis shit when I was getting you some pussy, but you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden that I'm transitioning is hey sis, fuck you and everything you saying for, because that puts me into a discord in my state of mind. Yeah.
They never accept you in the beginning.
Yep.
So that's why I kind of look at it now, like, I find it hilarious because I know all the hood people, like, I don't live in the hood, but I know all the trap guys, the young guys, everybody that I talk to on a daily basis. And I've had niggas try to hit on me from Africans, Indians, every fucking body. And I just be looking at them like, please leave me alone. Like,
them Africans be the most though. Them Africans and them Indians and them Asians, like they do. Like I had one. We had went to this like pool party or whatever. And you know how I bind up and you know I 12 times over and shorts on, swim socks. Yeah, he kept trying to pinch my nipple and shit. Like I won't drown his ass. I will drown you, bruh. In this pool, you will die trying to pinch my nipple through all this goddamn shit I got on. Like,
nah, I felt like I was a femme having to lie to these niggas every time. Like, niggas would, like, Uberize, cab ride. Niggas like, oh, can I come to you? I'm like, nah, I live with like 15 people. Sorry, like it's not gonna happen.
It'd be like now you got.
Yo, I'm telling you, the more, like I said, the more it's got. That's like a white guy that's highly attracted to a black girl. Never dated one in the neighborhood. You just know that they look exotic and they just something that you want. You like, oh my god, I never seen a person like you before. That's how it is. And to me, I hate that shit. So I just figured, okay, well, that goes along with my story. It's not one of the reasons on why, but it's many reasons on why to get me to the comfortability that I feel like I deserve in this life. If I'm going to live out the rest of my life, I'm going to be 60 years old still looking in the mirror like, yo, you should have been who you really wanted to be.
Period.
Because it's uncomfortable. That's why I said it's very uncomfortable. If for somebody that never faced that type of adversity, it's not about racism or nothing like that. It's about harassment, the sexual harassment that you deal on a daily basis. People don't understand that. It goes deeper than what the fuck a transition is. There's a story behind it.
Say that.
That's what I said. It's not what people think it is. In our head, you're already living like that as a female. You don't want to be.
Period.
Like, we've been living our life since birth, trying to please everybody else. Getting into even relationships where you even dating lesbians and they still don't appreciate you. Like, it's just, like, you
lost.
Like, I had to tell a lot of females to respect my masculinity. What I meant by that is, first of all, don't call me no sis. I'm not your sis.
I'm not, yes! Say that!
We're not related.
Period.
In a relationship, somebody always gotta wear the pants, but like I said, stud, full-time job. If I'm doing my job, don't belittle me.
At all.
Don't come on.
At all.
Oh, you pussy and you this and you, cause it sounds like you're trying to undermine me because I'm still in physical form as a female.
Yeah.
But when I knock your lights out, like a
period.
different story.
Right.
Like, oh.
Right. Well, I knock your ass the fuck out then.
But
Oh, now I'm a man.
another thing,
Now I'm the man. When you want to send me to jail and
exactly.
shit, now I'm the man. You got me
I was
fucked
like,
up.
yeah,
Keep that
this,
same energy,
but
sis.
this
And I
dude,
beat that ass as sis. You hear me? Like I beat
right?
that ass
And
as
ain't no
sis.
sis no more. They gonna be like, this sis is crazy. No, no,
Right.
crazy.
No.
Yeah, right. But that's another thing. That's why I said it's a history of this shit, and I appreciate you documenting this because I was going to myself. I don't see a lot of people that do it, but I ain't give a fuck. I want to share a story of a lifestyle that people are just taking a joke out here. And I know people that's like 45, 50. I just met somebody. I'm lying. That was is my grandfather. She's a stud. She's 75 years old. Don't even look 75.
I know that's right.
So it's like this. People that's thinking that this gay life is a joke is really not. It's to be respected and appreciated. Because we have people older than me, older than us, that paved the way for us to be expressive and feel
be
free
who we are.
in a society that don't accept you, period. No
period.
matter what the fuck you do.
Yep.
It's just like to be a transgender, they just bringing out the transgender aspect more. But trans women never was accepted back then. So therefore, it's like, feel privileged. Like, you are giving a gateway now to be yourself. Thanks to people and laws that have been passed. And it's been so fucking long till we able to get these laws. So if they see that, it's like somebody fucking up for everybody else. So if one person is out there wilding out because you in your new form body, guess what? It's gonna be another law passed to prohibit you from doing certain shit. It's just like
they try to find any way they can to stop you, and you giving them a reason.
The gay lifestyle.
And now you giving them a reason.
Exactly.
Like now you giving them a reason to talk shit about us and all that extra shit.
Yeah, females starting to pick up too, because even like I said, there's a lot of transgender men out here that don't have the bottom surgery. So you out here portraying that you are one way, and then when you get intimate with a female and she go touch down there, and guess what? Either your dick fall off or it ain't real. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. And guess what you become? The laughing stock of the straight community now. Because my cousins tell me, they tell me this all the time. They be like, no, don't do that. She go by. So basically, these straight females are out to, they be like, oh yeah, look. And I'm gonna play the shit out of her too. But they still don't respect you. They know what you changed from. They see the picture. They follow you, period. They be watching you probably. But you're still not gonna get no respect.
Yep.
So that's why when you do this, act accordingly. Like you really bringing out the best qualities or the best attributes of yourself. Basically, you're being your best self.
Yeah.
Because it's like this. Everybody, if they look it up too, genetically, you're agender. Basically, you're both male and female anyways.
When you're in the womb. Right.
So when you become your best self, if you live your life one way, that's like the guys that transform into a female. Some of them never felt that they was a guy at all. So when you transform into your best self, it's like the level up, the highest level up you could possibly do. You don't fucking transform and be a bum. You just don't. And then you don't transform to just have this idea like, oh, okay, well now I'm a guy, so I'm about to fuck everything No. That blows minds. Because if you wasn't doing it before, why are you doing it now?
Because you extra.
But that just means that you was a hoe before, so now you transform, you still gonna be an even bigger hoe.
A bigger hoe, yep. Period. You just gonna be a hoe regardless. Like, don't think that. And my thing is, don't use transitioning as a way to, what's the word I'm looking for?
I just put it like a showcase.
Yeah, as to be fake, because that shit fake and people will see through you. That's that transparency. They will see through you and realize that you're not genuinely a good person, that you're not genuinely who you say you are. Like, people can see through the bullshit.
Right, because people will test you.
Yeah, they will test you. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because once you get to like one thing I had said once I had came out and said that I was transitioning, it seemed like everybody go out their way to call you she, her. You know what I'm saying? By your dead name. They want to Britney. They wanna hit you all over the place with. They just want to just be disrespectful. But I had got to the point to where I was tired of correcting people. So you know what I did? I started ignoring their asses. If you want my attention, call me by the name that I told you to call me by.
Exactly.
You hear me? Like if I'm telling you to call me Bryson, then by golly, my name is fucking Bryson.
Right.
Like if you and most of the time it's so crazy. Most of the time people call me by my last name anyway, which is Nesby. But people will go out of their way to dead name me too.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Don't dead name me. Don't disrespect me because I didn't come at you disrespectfully. So why you gotta come at me disrespectfully? But when I put my fist down your goddamn throat, then you wanna be.
What your name is.
I bet you know my name now.
Exactly. Oh, another thing I hate. You know, when you got your back turned to somebody. Of course, you see my face because I had to walk in front of you, right?
Yeah.
But they like, oh, excuse me, sir. And then when you turn around, oh, I'm sorry, man. No, you said it right the first time.
Period.
Well, you knew exactly
what you was doing. Yep.
Because you correct yourself. I'm gonna
Period.
Too, because why you doubting? You said it. You
go with your first mind.
Right.
Go with your first mind.
I came off to you the first time.
Yep.
Don't change it now. Because when you say man to me, then that feels like, all right, so now you see me as lesser when you really see what I am.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, why are you looking at the outer? Because I will still fight you. Like at the end of the day, respect is respect.
Period.
Some people, I'm like, yo, even though we all really just a number, but we was born with a name. Mm-hmm. That name was granted to us from our parents, so therefore we have the right to change it if we don't like it.
Period.
And if I say my name is so and so, address me as such, because if you don't address me as such, then you're gonna be all kinds of assholes. And every time you speak, hey asshole, hey ass, then it's like whatever you doing to a person, be mindful. Because that shit always come back to you.
It will bite you in your ass.
Right, and you ain't gonna like how that delivery come at you.
Period.
But that's another thing. And that's another thing I realized too with transitioning. This is a big one. Now in the trans community, like I said, ever since I started transitioning, it seemed like, you know, like now I meet more trans men.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like the trans men that's in my community because, like I said, that hoism. I'm sorry that word. Hoism.
Hoism.
Want to be in the dictionary soon. Hoism.
Hoism.
Yes. The person that was a former hoe and now you're even bigger hoe. Hoism.
Period.
So they date trans women now. Like I said, I ain't never dated a trans woman. But knowing about them is kind of like, all right.
Okay, so this is my thing, right? This is my question before you get into that. If you a trans man, right? Mm-hmm. And you date a man, ain't you gay?
No, they say that you're straight. If that man doesn't change to a woman, then yeah, you're gay. But if that male is transitioning into a female,
then it's a straight couple. Got you. That makes sense. It's too many labels out here for me. Y'all confusing this shit up.
No. I say fuck the labels, pretty much. If you a man that want to be a woman, I tell you, now that I'm in the physical form of a woman, I said there is rules. How you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, the cleanliness about yourself. There is fucking rules. You can't just wake up one morning and be like, yo, I want to be a female. No. Because females have lived their life like this for so long. I can't speak for everybody, but like I said, I can speak for myself. Mm-hmm. During the transition, I don't consider myself male or female. I consider myself godly. What I mean by godly is I possess whatever entity I want to possess. If I wake up and feel like I am a higher deity with, like, sun, like I just bring joy to people.
Right.
Then that's what the fuck I'm gonna walk out with. If I feel like I want to be a rock star, I'm gonna be a fucking rock star. Like, you know what I mean? It's not those type of labels that put me in a category. It's labels that make me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
Personality traits that I bring out more than others.
That's why I said, can't I just be Nesby? Like, why do I gotta be everything else?
Yeah, you could be whatever you want to be.
I just want to be
People-
Nesby. Like,
I know, I figured it out. People are afraid of things that they don't know.
understand? Yep. If they
Right.
don't know it or understand it,
So they
automatically
put a
they
label on
get
it.
scared.
Right. Because their brain goes back to your brain, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is willing to take that risk and be like, of uncertainty. Your conscious mind tells you the direct answer. Your mouth tells you another answer. So you're never listening to yourself. You basically battling against yourself because something that you never experienced before.
You right.
So things that you never experienced before, of course you're gonna be cautious about getting into them, cautious about how you deal with them. But like I said, if you really want to live your life to the fullest, the fuck you worrying about? Just do it. Now, in the trans community, it's kind of different to just have that type of mentality because what I'm finding out, and this is no shade to anybody in the trans community because I'm a part of it,
Right.
but it's so much fucking drama.
Why? That's one thing, like, and I'd be wondering, like, how is it that we got the whole world to hate us and we hate each other? Like, get the fuck out of here.
How? But that's what I'm saying, though. But see, the realistic images, okay, I had to deal with the lesbian lifestyle for a while because I was gay. I was dating lesbians. That was all I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was drama there, too, because, like I said, when you play a masculine role, where do you think all these females just pop out from? They like what they see.
Right.
Laws of attraction. Now, you are even heightened that attraction level. So now you in the trans community, now all of a sudden, I heard some trans men even go as far as dating studs and, like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I'm over it though.
I've been over it.
At this point, I'm over it. I
Trans
am
women
over
worse
it. I'm trying to live my best life for me, and if I find some good trans men to kick it with on the way, fine, so be it. But I'm not part of that drama shit. I can't go. That shit drives me nuts.
First of all, I find that's in general. I don't really like people anyways. So if I know, right, if I know that you're transitioning, more power to you. That doesn't mean we're gonna be friends though.
Say
I
that.
have to fill out your vibe, your energy.
Yep.
If I don't feel like your energy and your vibe correlates to who you are, then
You're not gonna be my friend.
right.
You
But
just
that's
gotta
what
be
goes
smart
with
about
trans
it.
women too. Like I said, I ain't throwing shade, but at the same time, they want to be female. So like I said, it's the way that you carry yourself, it's the way that you look, present. Yeah, everything matters. Because you're not going to be out here insulting females, are you?
Mm-mm.
If you want to be one. So learn them. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, too, that's all I be hearing. Trans women, or in that trans community, they call straight females fish, or whatever the case may be. I had to learn that slang just about 2 weeks ago. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, fish, what is that?
Like, I was thinking of perch.
Yeah, but they said that the fish is like, a regular lesbian. And I'm like, okay, well, if she's checking you out, like
Fish
why
is straight women.
Yeah, gay, like lesbian, straight.
No, fish ain't. They not lesbians. They just straight women who love gay men.
Oh well, they said it's just lesbians too. Like they call them like if you not. Well, they said lesbians is lesbians, but they still call them fish too because they real girls, basically. So I was kind of taken back by that. So I'm like, okay, so it seemed like you're shading females for being females.
Yeah, no.
So that's why I said I'm trying to make some sense of this. Like everything to me is comical. Like everything is very comical. I don't really take anything serious. I'll be open for anybody to ask me questions or whatever the case may be. It's because I find out a lot of things before I get into them. Because, like I said, this to me is not just this lifestyle that you want to be because you're confused. Nah, I ain't fucking confused. I've been sure for a while. It's just certain laws and shit wasn't passed then like they are now to make it easier for me to transition.
Yeah.
They still working on it. Like, how many niggas is lucky to even get your breast done?
Period.
And pay for it. How the fuck are you lucky? Because back then you would have to come out of pocket for that shit. Because obviously insurance didn't.
And not even back then. It's like it's not that long ago. Like I got friends, one whose insurance was supposed to pay for his top surgery, and then they rejected it. Like they rejected it. And then I had one who, and then I had one who paid out of pocket upwards of $12,000 just to have their chest removed. Like it's
right.
Some people can't afford that shit for real.
They can't.
Some people can't afford the life.
That's when it comes to the bottom surgery too. A lot of people can't afford that shit, but I bet you if Medicaid or some fucking health insurance pay for that shit, they'll get it.
Yep.
In a heartbeat.
Period.
That's why I said something that you work your life for, to prepare yourself for another spiritual, mental, physical journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's not gonna come easy. You're gonna have to work your ass off to get there. And even when you do transition, you're still working your ass off to maintain what you worked hard for.
Yeah.
And even when you...
That's the one thing people don't understand is that, what was I gonna say? That's the one people don't understand is you get out what you put in, first of all. And second of all, I just want y'all to listen and ask questions before you go jumping in. Do your research. Like, that's so important. That's the most important thing because right now, like, I had got into it with a few of my doctors, and I'm like, if I'd have done the research beforehand, I wouldn't be going through this. You know what I mean? I would have found somebody who focuses on what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing, too, when it comes to doctors. We all go to a primary care, keyword primary.
Yep.
They don't specialize in
anything. They always got to write you referrals to something else, to somebody else.
You a referral to the right person you're supposed to be in anyway.
It's like 12 different people will be on your medical team, and all of them got one role. And they take times picking and prying at you like, I can't go. I can't.
Yeah.
I'll be glad, like... I wish that I would, like I said, I wish that I would have known back then what being transgender was. I wish I'd have known back then what it meant to transition. But now that I know, it's like I want to just spread the word. Like, not everything or everybody is negative in this lifestyle. It doesn't have to have a negative stigmatism. Like, it has so many people that are doing positive things by being transgender. Like, I just found out tonight about Trans Incorporated or something like that. I got Black Trans Incorporated, Black Trans Men Incorporated. Yeah. And I'm just like, that was information that I didn't know. So now at least there are people out there trying to put out the information so that you make the best decision for you. But if you go around here just picking and choosing things and doing shit, of course you're gonna fuck yourself up.
Of course.
Of course you're gonna fuck yourself up.
But
that could all be avoided if you research what it is you're actually trying to do and put a plan in place and then attempt to, get that plan done. Execute it in the right way. Instead of just running around with it like a chicken with your head cut off. And another message, like, I feel like my whole reason for doing this was not only to represent us in a positive light, but to let people know that just because you're transgender doesn't mean that you're going to be in the same predicament as another transgender person. Like, just because you're transgender and I'm transgender, we are at two different points in this journey. This is a continuous journey. You started your journey, then I started my journey. Now it's two different things. Now I've been saying that the stories do sound similar, but what's different is how you react to it and how I react to it.
Yeah.
Because I recently just talked to the guy who told me about Black Trans Men Incorporated. Said he waited until he was 50 years old to transition.
Yeah.
He waited till he was 50 years
Yeah.
old. There's
That's
no
what
way
they
I'm
said.
gonna go my life and uncomfortably and like he went his whole life and that like he just now figuring out, you know what, I'm not trying to deal with this shit no more. I don't care what nobody thinks. I'm gonna live my life for me. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Is your happiness,
that's
because you
another
can't
thing,
make
too.
nobody happy unless you happy. You
Right.
can't do shit for nobody else until you got yourself together. Your star player, your number one A team, A1 since day one is you, motherfucker. Like you are your A1 since day one. Like my A1 since day one look at me in the mirror and be like, you still fat. I'm like, so you still black, bitch. Like, fuck you mean? Like we be talking shit to each other. I'm slightly kind of crazy, but yeah. I just want to create a support system.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Like
a real
a
genuine
positive.
person.
Yep, a positive.
You win.
Yeah.
I swear, like if
Not everybody real.
Nothing. Nope.
Not everybody real. And it's crazy
That's what
because
somebody did post in the forum though. They said watch out for like the people you let into your life. I started to see like little things. I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritually connected to things. So when I start to notice, like everybody starts to say around me, like watch out for who you put into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for who you consider your support or whatever.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, these niggas not looking. My apologies. These people is not looking at you to benefit you or to help you out in any way, shape, or form. They're looking at you like, oh, okay, to see if you're gonna be better than them, or it's always something. But nobody.
They take it as a race. Like it's a race to, and it was crazy because I had joined one of them groups on Facebook, them trans groups, and they was asking me questions. Like they was asking me questions, and the one was like, "Oh, well, you're really not trans. You haven't had top surgery. You don't take T. You haven't even thought about bottom surgery. Like, how the fuck are you gonna tell me who the fuck I am when you don't even know me? But through this goddamn, you lucky I can't reach to this computer screen and wring your neck. Well,
Right.
They get to talking reckless in them groups.
That person not trans. They created the word for transitioning into something else.
Yep.
Now, if you say I'm not a trans, all right, well, I'm still gay at the end of the day. So why are you knocking me for being who I am?
Period.
At the end of the day, like I said, if you transitioning, that's cool. But then you wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you be like, oh damn, why did I do this? All right, well that means you wasn't transing, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Because everybody that I know, they actually do the shit. If this is who you are, you make adjustments to live that life.
Yep.
It's like fuck everybody else what they think or what they want to categorize you into. So what? Some people cannot be categorized. That's like being
Don't put no label on me.
Right.
Like I hate that shit. Don't put no label on me. Don't put your societal habits off on me, cause I'm definitely not that one. I will fart in an elevator full of people.
You can counter that because you get to be like, all right, well, are you really lesbian or gay or whatever? No, because you ain't see what the fuck we had to go through in our little life, because trans life was separate from the actual gay world with gay couples and lesbian couples. It was two different worlds going on. That's why it's a battle now when somebody transition into who they are really meant to be. And I say who they are really meant to be because obviously everybody, so it doesn't seem like everybody's living a life unless you're sure of what you want to be and you're comfortable. That's all it is, comfortability. Let me just change that. It's comfortability. That's all it is.
How you make people around you feel. Fuck how they feel, shit. My feelings are...
Because it's not the transition journey, because nobody ain't with you when you going through that shit for months or years. Nobody's around. So it's just the comfortability, what they see you as, what you project yourself as. That's why I tell people, yo, carry yourself in another light. No matter what the fuck you are or who you are, male, female, transgender, gay, straight, don't matter. Carry yourself in a certain light, because that is what people will recognize. But that's people who would like that lasting impression. Like you walk by somebody and then somebody just smell you. They don't give a fuck. A lot of niggas know if you was gay or not. He'd be like, yo, you smell good. Something that catches people.
Yeah.
That is just unmistakable. Like that they're not going to forget. That's how you want to be looked at, and that's how I want to be looked at. That's why I said this is not a game. That's a joke for people to take mockery of it. You should be more supportive of people that actually want to transition nowadays, because, like I said, it's hard just to be your damn self.
Period.
Everybody got this idea to be some fucking bum ass rapper or some trap person or whatever, and then they throw shade on the ones that do wear suits and shit and actually look nice or put themselves together. They don't want those type of people. Those are good people. Believe it or not. Like I said, when you evolve and you level yourself up, you meet people that are just out of this world, established, like clean, got their shit together, like mentally everything is there. It's all the environment, it's all who you interact with, it's all you put yourself in. And people don't understand that shit, but that makes a major difference out of this whole documentary, this whole transition. How you project yourself. Because that's all it is. So if you walk around, you could be a trans man, trans woman, but if you got a nasty ass attitude, guess what? You just, whatever they see, a female with a nasty attitude, a man with a nasty attitude, that's how you are.
Say that.
To bash you though too. People treat good people good. I don't know what the fuck everybody else is told.
My thing is, like, treat me how you want to be treated. If you want me to respect you, respect me. If you want me to walk for you, you gotta walk for me. You want me to run for you, you gotta run for me. Like, that's how it goes. Like,
yeah, but that's
people not like that no more. People don't hold no. They're not like that no more.
They're not.
That's why it's very hard to find friends.
People. Right. People don't trust people, and people are more grimy than. Every year they get more and more grimy. And that's what I must say. Like, when is the year when people are going to wake up and just live in your truth? Be honest with your fucking self.
Be honest with yourself.
You have to shame another person in the same damn community. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing that? Because I be telling people, even some trans women and trans men I know, I be like, listen, don't get twisted. I remember what you looked like before you transitioned it. So obviously everybody else remember what you look like too.
And it's crazy because people will throw that shit up in your face too. Like, I remember when you used to get your hair and your nails done. You don't know I got beat into that shit. Like, you don't know. They wouldn't let me walk out the house without my hair or my nails done.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know the backside to that. All they know is you used to keep your hair and your nails done. Like, people only see what you allow them to see. They don't care about what's the background or how it got to being where it's at.
That's why I be trying to tell people everything comes with a story.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything has a story behind it. So that's
definitely.
How you know a person is not living their true self, or they don't love themselves, or whatever the fuck is going on, but you don't even know them. Like, that's the thing about people. Like, yo, take the time out to get to know people. Like, first of all, when this person said that to me, what was it, the other day? Oh, be careful who you let yourself. First of all, how the fuck I'm gonna be careful who I let in my circle? I don't know these people.
You lucky if I let you in my circle. Like,
right. If you are graced to even talk to me, like, share up enlightenment conversation, then all right, you already in. But if you show me otherwise, like some griminess or you talking dirty, all right, I'm not gonna get mad about it, but you won't be talking to me no more.
Period. That's the thing, though. You make adjustments for the people you want to fuck with. Like, at the end of the day, if you can't respect me, then I can't. Yeah. I got my ways, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got their ways about them.
But that's genetic.
Everybody got their ways about them. But at the end of the day, I feel like genuinely what I put out is good energy. So all I want is good energy. You bring that negative shit around my way, you getting chopped, blocked, scanned, and deleted. Do you hear me?
Right.
I don't do no negativity at all. It's 2019. I'm not about to let nobody else stress me out. Period.
And I say that because, like I said, I dealt with relationships, like bad relationships. I wouldn't say they bad because I was accountable too. That's one thing. Be accountable for what the fuck you do in this
Period.
life. Because, like I said, when you die, it'll come back to you. Everything comes back. Even in this life, it comes back. So that's what I said. So you're right. Treat others as how you want to be treated. Do good for people. Like, even if you don't expect shit. Don't, even if you offer some advice, you never know. Somebody might need it. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen so many suicidal people and shit that's here, they gone tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? And
Right.
they was battling, like, little shit because they ain't have nobody to talk to. They ain't have nobody
to
to
listen.
Yeah, like, and shit matters.
Yeah.
Like, everybody talking about this depression shit. You see how many, it didn't even have to be in a particular category. No gay. Everybody was going through it.
Yeah.
Everybody was depressed. Everybody was facing some kind of shit.
And I don't understand why they don't think, like, depression don't see no fucking color. Depression don't care if you black, white, orange, blue, green. If when that motherfucker hits you, it hits you. Anxiety don't see no color.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Only thing that sees color is hate. Period.
Right.
Period.
Right. And that's why I said, in this journey, I know what my purpose is.
Uh-huh.
I know what I'm transitioning to be a better me. But my purpose is really to, like, basically help those to see the bigger picture. Like, it's not about being so closed-minded. It's just being optimistic nowadays. Because obviously the hate is real and you see it so much. So why don't people just wake up and change it? Like, it's not... It needs to be more love in this world, like, period.
It don't cost nothing to say good
free.
morning. It don't cost nothing to show attention to somebody, even if y'all don't have nothing in common. Even
hey,
if
how you doing?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? What's up, Brody? Like, I treat everybody the same. I literally treat everybody the same.
Word.
And the only way you're going to get treated differently messing with me is if you do something that's going to make me look at you sideways. Like, if you make me look at you sideways, then I'm going to treat you differently. But in any other case, then, you know what I'm saying? I have no reason to lie to you. I don't know you that well. I don't have no reason to, like, not trust you. I don't know you that well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you well enough to trust you or not trust you. At this point, we just still learning each other. Like, take time to learn somebody. Don't just jump into shit. That's why that's why so much shit going on in the world today. People think one thing. They look on the outside and think that grass is so much greener until you get over there and it ain't shit but potholes and dirt. God damn it! They make it look pretty, but it still stink like shit. So
yeah, that's why I said this. I don't know what God got me going through, but if I could reach out to a lot of people younger than me, then I will.
Yes.
If it's to, like, get them to understand, like, this lifestyle we've already put into it, but it's not something to be
taken lightly.
Yeah, we supposed to be loving each other. Don't matter what fucking gay, straight, but don't matter.
Label you fall under. Them
So
labels is what's fucking us up.
Right, just be fucking genuine.
Yeah.
And if you can't be that, then get the fuck away from me.
Period.
Like,
Period.
It's not hard.
I be like, cause you know what? Energy transfers. Energy transfers. So when
it's weird, because I was reading about that too. Energy vampires and shit. People that just suck your energy. They see you glowing up. They see you doing good, positive shit,
and they want to suck you down. Like,
yeah.
Like, why you want to bring me back down to your level?
Right. That's why I said shit is real out here, and I know about a lot of these entities and a lot of these spiritual forces, and just people, like they say, meditate, keep your faith strong in God. Don't matter what you do, keep loving your heart, number one, because
love yourself.
What the fuck is hate? Like, you know what I mean? And of course, love yourself. Everything you do every day, love yourself even more for it.
Yep.
Compliment yourself. Give yourself props.
I do. I be like, you know, you sexy as fuck with your chocolate big ass. Like, you big old chocolate bar ass nigga. Like, looking like a whole snack right now.
Every
Look.
day I do a positive strut around
We-
my goddamn house
yeah.
and look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, you always was the shit.
Yeah.
So you just keep being.
You gotta have positive reinforcements, and
You
you're
do.
right when you say meditate and pray, because you don't gotta go to church to get God in your life. All you gotta do is meditate and pray. I used to be like, get high and talk to God, cause listen,
Oh, you
that's
can do that too?
that's when you like.
But I'm a stoner.
True, but no, I have read this book, starting with like trying to be a Rastafarian, right?
Uh-huh.
And of course, because I'm part of this LGBT lifestyle, of course I could never be a real Rastafarian, but I can check on their history and see like what it is.
Yeah.
And they truly believe that when you're high, you have a clear state of mind, not to talk to God, but to hear Him talking to you. Yeah, He's talking to you at that point. Like,
that's true.
Yeah. That I love that book. So we've been talking about an hour and a half right now. I might have to chop this up in segments, but this is definitely a great conversation, and I look forward to having very many more. I don't know if that's right. Very many more. Like,
it's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Dope conversation, dope vibes. And
Yeah.
people need to know what we talking about because
it's important. It's definitely important. So we gonna definitely have to do this again. Probably not this late at night because I'm about to drop dead.
I know, me too. But yeah, I'm around.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to link up with you a couple times. It was my pleasure talking to you. Let me ask you one last question, right? If you had a quote, because I feel like you've been giving positive advice this whole conversation, so I'm not gonna say what's some positive advice. No, if you had a quote that you say you would live by, what would it be?
Well, I'm a rebel by heart, so I would just say love more and fuck what they think. Plain and simple. That's it.
Simple. That's simple. Yeah, simple. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you too, bro.
So I'm gonna hit you up later. I'm gonna drop my number in your inbox though, cause we can take this off camera. You hear me?
You hear me?
Yes.
Word,
yeah.
This is good. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It's just open form conversation about the life that we live and how we can make it better for others. So I'm down for it. I am so here for it.
And manifesting this godly, truthful life. Like, you know, being a better, like, that's the quote.
Bring it to
Be
fruition. That's gonna be it. Be a better you.
That's it. Be a better you.
I love it. I love it. This has been an awesome conversation, bro. I appreciate you again. And I will, like I said, drop my number in your inbox before I log off.
Alright.
Later.
Peace out.
Yeah. So guys, listen, that conversation was amazing. I look forward to having more conversations with him. Sorry, that was my fault. I'm probably gonna edit that out.